Hello and welcome back to a new product review, and in this video I want to talk about the Apple Watch Series 4. So let's do this. In a previous video product review, I talked about the Garmin Forerunner Music. I was very excited about it when it was released. However, after a week or two wearing that watch, I found that it was very unreliable and there were a number of issues. So sadly, I had to return it. You can view that full video here. For a long time, I contemplated getting an Apple Watch because I was concerned with the touchscreen and how reliable the GPS tracking would be for a run. Well, a few months ago, I got an Apple Watch 4, and here is my overall opinions of that watch. Starting out, it's important for me to discuss my personal requirements for a sports watch. Yours may be different. So I required a device where I can consolidate my watch and my music player together. I want GPS support. I want a watch that can track my miles, my pace, my time, and my heart rate. I want a reliable watch that doesn't crash, and I want a watch with a strong, longer battery life. Before I got the Apple Watch, I used the Garmin Forerunner 235, and I used my iPhone for music along with Bluetooth headphones, of course. Now onto my honest review of the Apple Watch 4. Here are my pros, my cons, and what improvements I would like to see with this product moving forward. For the pros, well, there is a lot of them. I simply love this watch, and I'm surprised that I did not get it sooner. I got the stainless steel gold, the 44mm size watch. It has great packaging, it looks beautiful, and most of all, it is extremely reliable. I haven't encountered any crashing during a run, unlike the Garmin Forerunner Music. The Apple Watch has better navigation to the music for accessing playlists and playing songs easily compared to the Garmin Music watch. It also has a good battery life with GPS, music, Bluetooth all running together during a run. I got up to 6 hours, that's pretty impressive. Where for the Garmin watch, I could only get up to 3 hours for every long run that I did. I also experienced much better connectivity between my headphones and my Apple Watch, even with cheaper Bluetooth headphones, where on the Garmin watch, I consistently experienced connectivity drops and intermittent problems during a run. For me personally, it is very clear that more testing has been done on the Apple Watch compared to the Garmin Music, which was likely rushed to get it released to the public. Other pros include good, not great app support, but there is support for many running apps that you can use. I like many of the built-in apps available. I use the timer and the alarm a lot for cooking, for example. I can access my messages or my Facebook messages easily on the watch. Heck, I can also respond to a message by speaking into the watch and it converts it to text. Just make sure to speak slowly and clearly for best results. Furthermore, using my Apple Watch, when I log onto a website for Two-Factor Authentication, I can check my phone to get the one-time password code without any delay or inconvenience. Two-Factor Authentication is the future for authentication services, so having an Apple Watch makes it so much better. Plus, which was a feature that I stumbled upon, I can log into my Mac automatically if I'm wearing my Apple Watch. Check this out. Very, very nice, and without typing in any password. This is by far my favorite feature on the Apple Watch. Another useful and new feature is the EKG. Now there's a lot of health features built in, which is great. I can check my heart rate, my resting heart rate, to even my walking heart rate. Another app allows me to do an EKG to check for any irregular heart rate activity. Now there are some warnings by Apple which states that it doesn't predict if you're having a heart attack or a stroke. That's for legal purposes, obviously, but it is still a good tool to use for health monitoring. The Apple Watch is great if you already have products in the Apple ecosystem. Simply put, it requires an iPhone. So if you have an iPhone, an iPad, an iMac, an Apple Watch, they all work nicely together, such as logging into a Mac automatically without typing in a password. Another pro, which I thought would be a con, would be with the touchscreen during a workout. Well, I do not have any problems pressing or swiping with some sweat on my fingers, and I sweat a lot. So that is a big plus so far. Another big pro, which I use all the time, is Apple Pay. I don't need to bring my phone to buy things or to go to the store. I love going for a run, stopping off to get some food because I'm hungry, I need some fuel, and I pay with my watch. I noticed that the Garmin Pay is limited in terms of the banks or credit cards that you can add. Now, as a runner, there are many running apps, and for the most part, they all do the same, all the basics. They can track based on miles, your pace, your total time, even your heart rate. The STRAVA app is good, and what I typically use for an outdoor run. It can sync automatically without any extra extensions that you may need to enable on the STRAVA website. Now, the one con that I notice is that the heart rate monitoring isn't very reliable. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. It shows up gray. Runkeeper is another good app which provides a heart rate zone screen, which is nice. Now, STRAVA doesn't have this. The iPhone app for this is also great. But I noticed that some of the splits reported on the iPhone app isn't correct. Plus, there is no native support to upload to STRAVA without paying for a service. The Apple Watch also has its own native running app, which I use for some of my indoor runs. But what's great about this app is that it has direct access to your music within the app itself. This is huge, and again, it provides better navigation to music compared to the Garmin watch. Another running app I sometimes use is Nike Plus. This also has a great iPhone app, and it provides some great guided training if that's your thing. My only issue is the lack or unreliable compatibility, or capability really, for uploading workouts to STRAVA. There's a service called NX Exporter. It simply doesn't work. There are other running apps, but as you can tell that there are many different options that you can consider for which one you may like. Now on to the cons that I personally experienced. The first one, everything is controlled and managed on the iPhone in regards to managing music, doing software updates, to even installing applications. If I want to sync up a new playlist, I have to do it from my phone, plus the watch has to be connected to its power. That's an aspect that needs to be greatly improved. Now keep in mind that your iPhone is not required if you are going for a run or will access your music locally that is loaded to the watch. When I go for a run, I leave my phone at home, so it's no problem at all. Now the watch version I have supports LTE, which means that I can access services without using my iPhone. I can get internet access if there is no Wi-Fi. I can access the weather app, do emails, even messages on the go. Furthermore, for me, having LTE access is not a personal requirement. I simply want a running watch where I can listen to my music locally and have internet capabilities. Using Wi-Fi is more than enough for me. Other cons that I notice involve accessing email. It simply isn't reliable. It won't fetch new email all the time. Therefore, in summary, for me, I mainly use the Apple Watch for tracking my running activity, doing text messaging, doing a little bit of Facebook messaging, and accessing basic services like the weather app to even heart rate activity. I use the STRAVA and the Apple default app for my running app. I like its easy access to music, the playlists, etc. I like the Apple Pay support, that's awesome. And I love the feature that I can unlock my Mac automatically. In future Apple Watch versions, here would be my suggestions. Make the watch rely less on the phone for managing services. Improve on the battery life when many services are running at the same time. I have to charge my Apple Watch every night regardless of what I use or what I don't use. Another suggestion would be more apps, but I'm not sure what that could be. It would also be nice if I can stop a workout by pressing one of the physical buttons, but that is really a very small suggestion. I would like to see maybe camera support on the watch itself. And I think that covers everything. I love my Apple Watch after several months as it meets all of my requirements and beyond. I recommend this watch for anyone that already has Apple products and wants a good running watch to track their running activity and their health and things like that. And that will conclude this video. Thank you for watching. I want to give a big thanks to my Patreon supporters. It means a lot for your support. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can support this channel further by going to my Patreon page. And until next time, keep networking.